Welcome to Auction Walk. I'm Tony.
I'm Mike.
And we're going to do a little different than the Auction Walk normal videos that we do. And we're going to discuss Mike's new, I guess you say, new project.
New 53-year-old car.
Yeah, and we're going to discuss what his plans are
That's right.
and show it now. And it's going to be very interesting.
I'm wearing my Dodge Charger shirt to match my car for this purpose.
All right, transition.
All right, here we go.
Tell us about the car as it is right now, and then we'll go on to future
I'm going to
plans.
bounce just a little bit. My dream car has always been the 68, 9, or 70 Charger since I was a little kid. The Dukes of Hazzard, right? We grew up with it. All Gen Xers grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard on Friday nights.
Now, this is very Dukes of Hazzard.
It is very Dukes of Hazzard.
Did you really want an orange one?
My dream was always to have a big block, pistol grip, 4-speed, bucket seat Charger. 68 would have been my first choice. 70 is my second choice.
Okay. And so what is this?
This is a 70. What I wanted specifically was a Charger 500. I got a Charger 500. It's the midline. It has all the performance of the RT, more or less. Not all of the performance, but a lot of the options were available. But it was kind of a stripped-down version of the RT. It's an intermediate. So here she is.
Now, this originally came with a 383.
It did.
Right?
This was a 383 car.
And you have some bigger plans. We'll discuss that in a little bit
I
here.
do.
But let's discuss the interior maybe.
Yeah.
Or...
So it's been pulled apart a little bit by me.
Oh, yeah. You've already started it.
I've already
started
it. So this actually has burnt orange interior. And that's something that really appealed to me.
And this is a stick.
This is a stick. It's a pistol grip stick car. Everything is in really nice shape. The dash was in good shape. The door panels. I mean, a lot of the stuff has been replaced by the previous owner, but some of it is original. And even the emblems, nothing's pitted in this thing. It just really presents very nicely.
Okay, what are you doing down there with the carpet?
Okay, so I'm taking the carpet out because we're getting ready to swap to a pretty powerful modern motor.
Okay.
And it's a Hellcat motor from a wrecked Hellcat.
All right.
That means that we're going to be putting a different transmission in.
You're going to go from like what, 270 horsepower to 700?
335 up to 717. So we got a lot of work to do. But that takes, I need to take the hump out and modify the hump to put the new transmission in.
Gotcha.
Which means I have to take the carpet out.
Right.
So I've already started doing that.
Mm-hmm. We'll do some videos about, the process and stuff like that. But let's check out the front.
Watch how these things shut.
Yeah, I mean, the car's in fantastic condition.
They don't shut like that usually.
The body's great. I was underneath of it before he put it down. Everything looks fantastic.
So the first thing I'll show you, I guess, without further ado, is this beautiful wrecked Challenger Hellcat pullout. And I got it from
What year engine is it?
This is a 2021 motor. It is a 717 horsepower Hellcat. It was a company called S&M Performance up in Pennsylvania that specializes in insurance wreck pullouts of this exact motor.
Now, I have a Hellcat, but mine's a 2018, so mine's 707.
That's right.
And so I think they upped it a little bit.
Yep, all in the tune.
Yeah, then they have a red eyes and so forth. But
so this,
are you thinking about doing a different pulley on it?
I am going to do a different pulley on this. So we're gonna do a different pulley swap. We're going to do a pulley swap to pick up a couple pounds of boost, and we will retune it at that point. I think we're going to be looking at about 750 horsepower, and I think that's probably good enough.
Well, yeah, because 700 is totally inadequate.
It's not enough.
Of course,
for sure.
You won't even be able to, spin the wheels.
I want to be able to at least
700.
I want to at least be able to get one car length of rubber with this car. So this,
I know. Okay. Just so everybody knows. Okay, because so the Hellcat out there is mine. And I've been yelling at Mike. I go, Mike, I cannot not burn out.
Right.
It's just, and I have all the computers and traction control.
Right. And your car is 4,300 pounds.
And it's heavy, and it just, all it wants to do is burn out. Going 40 miles an hour, all it wants to do is burn out. And for some reason, he thinks he needs more horsepower.
I definitely need more horsepower. And my car is 1,000 pounds lighter, so it should be really good.
Yeah. And you're going to have less tire.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
sure. Okay.
But there's an interesting story with this motor.
Now, there's a great story.
Yeah.
You guys are going to freak out.
Yep.
And I'll tell you a little story. But Mike was thinking about not doing the Hellcat because he was thinking about doing like a traditional type Hemi.
Old school Hemi.
It would have been a lot easier. He may be regretting it. He may regret it later on.
Maybe.
But when he bought this, he didn't even realize this, but when he started looking, it was a little freaky. So we're
Right.
gonna all right.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
All right, so the
I'm gonna
motor
zoom
was,
in.
This motor was supposed to arrive like on the 17th of October, but things got delayed on the shipping end. Yellow Freight said, "Hey, sorry, the motor's delayed, COVID and whatnot, and it'll come in another week or so." Well, I was tapping my foot, like, when is this motor coming? Finally, they called me and they said, "Your motor's coming tomorrow." Well, that was on Halloween, so the motor was arriving on Halloween. Kind of cool, kind of spooky, because my car looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, and you guys are really big Halloween
We
buffs.
love Halloween.
Yeah.
So the car comes, or the motor comes, Halloween, like 4 o'clock, kids are out trick-or-treating, Yellow Freight pulls up, it's Halloween, I get this car, I get this motor.
Okay.
And
All right, that's kind of cool.
it's
But
kind of cool.
what else?
Well, so I'm thinking, well, I wonder when they built this motor. What's the build date of this motor? And there's no real easy way to tell. It was somebody said, look at some of the harnesses, look at the hoses, whatever the date is there. That's traditionally the last items they put on at the assembly line.
All right, let me zoom in on it. Show me where it is.
Right here, I'm going to show you with my finger. It is 10/31/20, literally a year earlier, or 2 years earlier. So this thing
I'm
was
not sure
built
if it zoomed in, but all right, go ahead.
10/31. So it was Halloween is essentially, I'm guessing, the
So
build
you
date.
got it on Halloween.
Yeah, I got it on Halloween.
And it was built on Halloween.
A lot of the hoses and harnesses have 10/31 on them.
Okay, what
really
else?
cool. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, I want to look at the barcode and learn about the serial number of this motor. What motor did I get? So I go over to the cam cover here, and here's the barcode from Mopar. And the top number is the serial number, but the last four is the production number. That's what number? So this is the 666. So 666. That's Halloween is the birth date. Halloween was the reception of, or the day I received the motor.
666.
And the
Built
barcode
on
is 666.
10/31.
Yeah. It's really,
you got it
really
on
cool.
10/31, and you're gonna stick it in a
And it's a Hellcat.
orange.
Yeah, and I'm sticking it in and it looks like a jack-o'-lantern, right? So I think we're going to do a named build here. I don't think
Right.
we're going to just do a traditional, let's throw it in there and have fun. I think what we're going to do is...
What's the name? What's the first name you're thinking
Well, I
about?
was
And by the
thinking-
way, people comment on what you think.
Please.
Because it hasn't been decided
That's
yet.
right, and I want to maybe do a poll. But my wife was thinking Hellraiser. Somebody else was thinking Hellbound. I think you were saying... What did you say?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I forgot what you said, but I did a poll...
Halloween.
Because
Halloween, yeah.
it was received on Halloween. So I think maybe Halloween. And what I'm going to do is
The Halloween.
on top of this cover here, you'll see that they have the Hellcat SRT stamp and insignia. I'm going to have a custom one done and have the name of whatever we choose here with its own. If it's a Halloween, it might be
You
a
could put an
screaming
evil pumpkin or something.
evil
Yeah.
pumpkin. Like
Yeah.
think of like the Headless Horseman, right?
Right.
The jack-o'-lantern. But we are going to do some custom cam covers. I'm going to get rid of these and do our own aluminum ones. And we'll do the pulley. We'll get a little extra horsepower out of it. Basically, we're going to have to now prepare the car to handle the kind of power we're throwing at it. And that's a concern.
So what besides the engine, obviously, what else do you need to upgrade besides everything?
All of these boxes over here that are taking up, precious real estate.
Yeah, it looks like trash over there.
It looks like trash. That's my QA1. It's my custom QA1 independent front suspension and K-frame. So we're doing 4-wheel disc brakes in this car, slotted and drilled disc brakes.
By Willwood?
Willwood. And we are going to do this custom tubular K-frame that's actually designed for the engine swap that we're doing in particular. So there's several ways you can stick this newer Hellcat motor in an old car. Most of it is going to be modifying the K-frame, making custom motor mounts. We decided to simply call QA1 and tell them what we were doing, and they have a K-frame ready for this swap. And it's going to set the motor in the right spot at the right height and balance.
What about gauges and computers and all that Mickey Mouse?
So what I have, I have 100 boxes, but we already have a new standalone computer. They call it an ECM. We have the wiring harness. All of that is in a box. We have the new gas pedal, the drive-by-wire throttle pedal. We have the second intercooler. We have the overflow tanks. We have everything you need for this in boxes between my house garage and this shop.
Cooling is a big deal.
Is the big thing. So this thing is going to be, and by the way, I got to do a call out to them. Randy Bouchelon of Bouchelon Performance had an answer to every one of my questions. He sent me a package. I filled out a form telling him what I was doing, what I had, what it was going in, and he gave me a package of specially fitted parts to do this whole project. He's going to get me 99% there.
Awesome. What kind of transmission?
Oh, well, there we go. So I went through Silver Sport transmissions, and I had a transmission that's meant for this motor. It's a 5-speed versus the old 4-speed. They gave me a retro.
So weren't you going to use the original transmission?
I was going to use the 4-speed, but then people said, listen, this thing is going to be doing 4,000 RPMs going down the interstate, and I don't want to deal with that. So we did an overdrive to try to get it to be more comfortable for long distance drives.
Yeah.
The other transmission would hold it more than likely, but this Silver Sport transmission is made for this swap. It's got the bell housing that'll bolt right up, and they gave me a retrofit pistol grip 5-speed transmission, 5-speed shifter. It looks very much like the original, but it's got the 5-speed pattern instead. So it's going to. I really didn't want to do a modern interior in this. That's so important to me. Yeah. Everybody that does these things puts the new Hellcat interior in them, and they really want to modernize this.
You and I are on the same page on this, and I have some cars that are kind of similar.
Yeah.
I guess, but we'll talk about them later. But
I really love the old, not retro, but old.
Yeah, modern engine, modern brakes, modern suspension, but looks old from the outside, except for maybe the wheels and the stance.
Oh, we're going fun on those wheels.
But the interior,
it's going to be burnt orange 1970 Charger interior.
And the gauges?
I will be doing Dakota digital gauges, but they're going to look like the old ones.
Okay.
They're simply going to be the Dakota digital. I'm going to have them so that instead of, they'll have an LED backlighting. And
is that required to do that?
It is not required. That's the only thing that I'm doing that's updated on the inside. Okay. I am doing vintage air. This is getting air conditioning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we may have to talk off camera about those gauges because
really, you don't like that.
Well, I have the Dakota digitals. You turn them on, it looks like an LED panel. I mean, and they look fine when they're not turned on, but you turn them on, it's all blue.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just killed the.
I know. I may not. I mean, I haven't ordered them yet. I know that we're definitely. Look, our faces are melting right now. It's so hot. So we definitely are doing AC in this car. I'm definitely going to do all the soundproofing and insulating in this car that I need to do so that it doesn't sound like a tin can going.
And you should have this done in about 3 weeks, right?
Oh yeah, it's 3 weeks just to get the next few parts that I'm missing. But I mean, I'm still waiting on the Aeromotive fuel injection tank, gas tank. That's coming in 3 weeks. Once that comes, we're starting this, man.
All right. So anyways, like and subscribe so you can find out the next part. And we'll do different episodes of this also.
I can't wait.
And so you can see a Hellcat that was born on 10/31. It was delivered on 10/31 with a 666
serial
number and a pumpkin orange Charger.
Cool. It all seems to line up pretty good for me. I don't know.
Right.
I think we're going to do the hell name.
And that's really was a deciding factor.
It was.
Because you were really leaning towards the other way.
I was leaning towards doing a Keith Black aluminum 572 Hemi. And he said we're doing
Which would have been fantastic also. But he had already ordered this, and it was kind of, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We think it's meant to be.
Yes.
We'll see. But, all right. Until then, like and subscribe. We'll do the next episode soon. And
we'll look forward to part 2.
All right.